Good morning, great Americans. It's another great American video from Kentucky. It's possibly the last video before the election. And I really, to be honest with you, I'm just kind of, I'm recording this one off the cuff. No script, no anything. It's just really a final, before the election sort of plea, for lack of a better word, and hope that Americans wake up to the extreme, very real danger of electing Kamala Harris and giving power to the Democrats yet again, because uh, the extremism is just off the charts, right? There's a reason why a Kennedy, all right, the storied name of the Democrat Party and John F. Kennedy, his nephew, Robert F. RFK Jr., there's a reason why he's out of the Democrat Party because they have become so extremist. There is a reason why a good person like Tulsi Gabbard, who is very liberal, she really doesn't agree with Trump on most of the basic issues, but there's a reason why she is no longer with the Democrat Party because they have become so extremist. And God bless these great Americans because what they have done is if they've taken the issues and prioritized them. Okay, so for example, do you want to spend more on this, that, or the other thing? Okay, well, that's an issue. But our right to free speech, the most basic right in the Constitution, is a more important issue. And they realize that these basic constitutional rights are under attack by the Democrat Party, and those issues are far more important than some of the lower tier issues that they disagree with Trump on, right? Americans need to prioritize, right? If you're a homosexual and you feel like you wrongly, but you still, let's say like you feel like the Democrat Party is more in touch with your LGBTQ issues. Even if that were true, I don't think that's true, but let's just say that's true for a moment. Is that more important than your safety and security and your basic constitutional rights to free speech and soaring prices? I mean, as John F. Kennedy, I mentioned John F. Kennedy, as he once said, don't ask not what you can do, or ask not what your country can do for you, but ask what you can do for your country. Well, I tell you what you can do for your country is you can vote based on the most important issues and help us all than just vote on some selfish, small, second or third tier issues that don't help anybody, and you let the rest of the country go to hell. That can't happen this time. So a couple of fundamental issues. I've done so many videos. I ask you to please go through my videos, watch some that interest you. The newer ones are better. The older ones are pretty cheesy. My videos are low budget, and so my videos are kind of cheesy. But the older videos are really cheesy, so you try to stick with the newer ones. But they may be cheesy, but they all tell the truth, and I cover a variety of subjects. But here's a couple of important ones before the election, just a reminder. Now, in previous elections, the one thing that Bill Clinton said that was true, pretty much everything he said was a lie. But the one thing he said was true when he got elected was, it's the economy, stupid. It's like, no matter what the issues are swirling around, for the American people, it always seems to come back to the economy. That's why the fake news legacy media lately has been just lying through its teeth about economy and jobs creation. Jobs creation is not what they're telling you right now. And over 90% of jobs created under Biden and Obama were part-time jobs. So what does that mean? They're no good. You can't support yourself on a part-time job. You certainly can't support a family on a part-time job. And part-time jobs, because they're such low income, do not pay taxes into the system. Part-time jobs are not even jobs. To say that there's job creation when you're creating part-time little bitty jobs that cannot even support someone is really, what we need is real jobs that where a man or sorry, I'm old fashioned. I was going to say where a man can go out and support his family, but where the breadwinner can go out and support the family, that's a job. Okay, working 10 hours a week, licking envelopes, that's not a job. Okay, you see what I'm saying? So this is all part of the economy, right? So jobs creation is down the tubes. But here's the important thing: the insane price rise of prices for food, fuel, and energy, which, by the way, Kamala is lying through her teeth about. What has the two main things that have caused the high prices is Biden and Kamala Harris's monetary policies, which devalue the dollar. And when a dollar is worth less than it was, then it takes more dollars to purchase an item. Now, to someone who's not thinking about it, they go into the store and they say, "Oh man, milk is twice as much now." But it's not necessarily true. It's just that your dollar is worth half as much as it was when Biden took office. So that's one issue. The other issue is energy and gasoline. And the reason why that affects all prices is because it takes trucks to bring goods and foods and clothes and anything to every store, right? If I'm running a store and I'm selling widgets and it's costing me twice as much to have the widgets delivered to my store, then I'm raising the prices on my widgets. So it's that double whammy, the devaluation of the dollar and the rise in energy prices, which has really caused prices to soar at the grocery store and gasoline station and everywhere else. Now, Kamala has lied through her teeth, a disgusting foul lie, trying to blame this on price gouging. And that's just a sick lie. And the fake news moderators at the debates let her get away with that lie. It's a lie. It's not got nothing to do with price gouging. It has to do with Biden and her's monetary policy and crappy energy policy. And that's a fact. So that's number one. So it's the economy, stupid. Trump will fix none of that was bad under Trump, and Trump will fix it all again. So vote for Trump for those reasons. Now, for many Americans, maybe not all Americans, but for many Americans in previous elections, a big issue has been education and children. Now, I have several videos I want you to look at about children, and I'm just telling you, to this day, right up until the election, I cannot understand why this is not the number one issue. But not only is education just rotten in general, I mean, kids are coming out of schools, they can't read, they can't write, they go into college and they can't even pass the basic entrance exams. That's on the basics. But the more horrible and immoral thing is the sexualization of children in schools and the Democrats covering it up. So you've got teachers, and I'm talking about little kids, elementary school kids, first grade, second grade through like sixth grade, first through sixth, little children in elementary schools are being sexualized by teachers, groomers. Okay, they put poor, sick, filthy porn and gay porn into the libraries. And then when good people form a group like Moms for Liberty to take the porn out of the schools, the left tries to accuse them of banning books. Nobody is banning books. You know what it means to ban a book? It means that the book is no longer available in the whole country. You can't find it anywhere. No, they're just trying to take it out of little kids' schools. You sick fucking bastards. Liberals and the left are sexualizing children in so many ways and radicalizing children in so many ways. And in the state of California, Gavin Newsom is passing laws that prevent schools from even notifying parents. This is a new twist on an old game that Hitler used to play with the Hitler Youth and fascism. They used to indoctrinate children and then turn the children against the parents, right? You know, in Nazi Germany, sometimes the kids would be sitting around the dinner table, and if they heard their dad or their mom say something bad about Hitler, they'd go back and report it to the Nazi youth leader, and the next thing you know, mom and dad are getting dragged away by the Gestapo. Well, here in the Democrat Nazi Party, your kids can be sexualized by children, and the schools aren't even allowed to inform the parents. And and then parents aren't even allowed to get treatment for children. It's just so disgusting and twisted. So it's a two-tiered failure of Democrats and education. And I say Democrats because let's face it, at the local level, Democrats practically have a monopoly on, things like the school superintendents, school boards, and this, that, and the other thing. Now, there's a few areas where they're more conservative, and thank God the children are spared some of these stuff. But in most areas, Democrats and leftists have a monopoly on these local offices that you need to vote in Republicans to local offices. There's not a lot Trump can do about this particular issue, but when you go vote Republican up and down the ticket, get Republicans into your school board, school superintendent, your local city councils, mayors, everything on the local level. You got to get rid of, because they're hurting children. They're destroying children. They're sexualizing children. I got a few videos on that. Watch that. So there you go, folks. I would say those are the two. Well, actually, I talked about three: free speech and fundamental rights. So your fundamental constitutional rights take priority, and Democrats are trying to destroy them. And that's why RFK and Tulsi Gabbard and others are supporting Trump, because they disagree with Trump on some of your lower tiers issues, but they are good Americans, and they realize that your basic constitutional rights are being threatened by the Democrats, and therefore they've joined forces with Trump, who's trying to protect those rights. That's one. Two, I just mentioned the economy. Great under Trump, rotten under Biden. Has nothing to do with price gouging. Kamala's a sick liar for even saying that. These people not only are they failures, they don't even have the integrity or the ethics to admit their failures. They try and blame other things. It's got nothing to do with price gouging. So they've destroyed the economy. It costs you 20 right now. Inflation, sure, inflation is lower now, but that's not counting the 20% inflation previously. Really, your value has your dollar of your the value of your dollar and or the increase in prices is now at about 23-24%. So for every dollar you spent when Trump left office, you're spending $1.25 for the same thing, thanks to Biden. Not price gouging, thanks to Biden. And Kamala will make it worse. So that's two, economy, right? Constitutional rights, economy, and number three, education, failure across the board, failure to teach basic education, sexualizing children in school. It's absolutely disgusting. Absolutely disgusting. I would refer you to a documentary by Robbie Starbuck. It's called The War on Children. Please watch. I will put a link in the description of this video. Robbie Starbuck, wonderful kid, young guy, great guy. God, boy, we need more people like Robbie Starbuck. War on Children. And there also happens to be an article on my website, which also happens to be called The War on Children. No connection. It just, I came up with it, and then, because it makes sense, right? I'll put a link to that in the thing in the description of this video too. So please, I implore you, a few weeks here before the election. Early voting has already started. Get out and early vote. I implore you, vote for Trump. Vote Republican up and down the ticket. You know, don't worry about the lesser issues because right now your fundamental, basic constitutional rights are threatened and under siege by the Democrats across the board. You're not even getting information that you need. Democrats and big tech have colluded to, Google has colluded to do in America exactly what they do in China. So China told Google that if they want to operate in China, that here's a series of sites and things that they are not allowed to allow on their search engine. And of course, Google said, sure. And so that's how Google operates in China under government direction of what is allowed and isn't allowed. They're doing the same thing here. Not under force of government as it is in a communist country, but they're doing it voluntarily because of their ideology. All right. So a lot of you, if you search for something on Google, politically related, the opinions of people like me and people in the conservative opinion is suppressed. I'll put in art. I just saw an article about that today. It's happening. It's been happening for years, but it raised its head again today. Just came out in an article on Newsbusters. I'll put a link to that in the description of this video too. So you think you know what's going on in this? If you're a liberal or an independent and you think you know what's going on with Trump and the issues and stuff like that, I guarantee you're not getting the information. It's you have to know how to search. And by the way, I use other search engines. There's other search engines you can use. You don't have to use Google. Everybody uses Google because it's so convenient, and they got Google Maps and Google Docs, and everybody's Googling out and not realizing that they are doing to us here exactly what the Chinese government tells them to do to the Chinese over there. They are suppressing important information. They're suppressing anything bad about the Democrats. They're suppressing all the good things about the Republicans. It's terrible. I do a search. You know, there's things that I know for an absolute fact, and then I do a search for it, and I get the opposite on Google. It's disgusting. So that's it, folks. We are there. We're also at Halloween, so have a good All Hallows Eve, the night before All Saints Day. That's what Halloween is. But I implore you, vote early, vote Republican up and down the ticket. Get a friend to vote Republican up and down the ticket. Get one person to come to win over a person. Get a friend, a family member, a coworker. Win someone over and double the numbers because they're going to cheat. Oh boy, I didn't even touch on that yet. They are cheating already. The fake legal attacks about Trump trying to eliminate him. Okay, all the lies about Trump trying to bankrupt him, destroy his family, all the people who've been destroyed, the fake, the fake, the fake news debates where they favored one side and they attacked. It's all election interference. They are cheating. Oh, they're already cheating. So we not only do we have to win huge to be able to win. Our numbers have to overcome their cheating, and that's a big number. So get out, double the numbers, get a friend, vote red, vote for Trump, vote red up and down the ticket. And I hope when I see you in the next video that Trump has been elected. Otherwise, we're through, man. It's if we're not through already. God, things are so bad, it's going to take a miracle to piece them back together. But if Kamala's in, that's it. It's a game over, man. The once great American experiment in liberty and freedom will have disappeared, and future generations might not even know we existed. That's a fact. So I beg you to vote for Trump and get friends to do it too. I hope I see you in the next Great American Video. Please like and share my videos. I'll make another video. So I'll see you guys soon. Take care.